12 ways to avoid gaining weight while sleeping. It's pretty common to have certain habits that, unbeknownst to us, make us gain weight. If you want to take the best possible care of yourself and avoid unnecessary weight gain, take note of some of these nighttime habits that can make you gain weight. You probably had no idea about their effects. Sleeping too little. Sleeping too little can cause you to gain weight. Overall, it will affect your metabolism, causing it to slow down and accelerating weight gain. What's more, it will make you more hungry and increase the amount of cortisol your body is capable of producing. Plus, let's not forget that if you sleep too little, it's likely you'll be doing less exercise, too. After all, you feel more tired. For all the above reasons, it's important to try to sleep between 7 and 8 hours per night. Eating heavy dinners. Eating a large amount of food at dinner time will also make you gain weight. The problem is eating a large amount of food or food that's heavy for the last meal of the day. After all, this is a time when your digestion process is always slowing down. In addition, another thing to bear in mind is that eating dinner in front of the TV can also be dangerous. It means you're not paying attention to the amount you're eating. Having control over the food we take in is fundamental. Going straight to bed after dinner. Similarly, going to bed straight after dinner without doing anything else in between won't help either. This bad habit means that your body will be holding on to more fat. In the end, this does nothing to promote good digestion. Instead, it's recommended that you eat dinner between 1.5 and 2 hours before going to bed to avoid gaining weight while sleeping. Eating fried foods for dinner. Eating fried foods for dinner is not recommended. It loads your body up with calories that it won't be able to burn, making you gain more fat. What's more, it's definitely not the way forward if you want to guarantee yourself a good night's sleep. A better option is to go for the healthier choices to help you maintain a healthy weight. Eating spicy foods at night. In addition, including spicy foods in your nighttime meal is not recommended, either. Eating anything that is either strongly spiced or contains a lot of chili may give you indigestion, and certainly won't help you sleep well. While you sleep, you'll be spending a lot of hours without eating. Hence, eating spicy foods at night can cause pain due to stomach acid. That's why it's recommended that you avoid this type of food at night. Enjoy spicy foods at other times of day instead, and you will avoid gaining weight while sleeping. Eating carbohydrates. The main function of carbohydrates is to provide energy to your body. This is energy that, obviously, isn't necessary while you are sleeping. In addition, carbohydrates contain a lot of refined sugars that must be burned immediately, to avoid them being converted into fat. Take care with dessert. Sugar and unrefined flour can accumulate in your cells in the form of fat. That's why it's not a good idea to eat them in the evening, since the calories they contain won't be burned by your body. Instead, it's much better to opt instead for fruit. These are naturally sweet, delicious, packed with vitamins, and fat-free. Snacking. If you've already had dinner, sneaking back to the fridge or cupboard for extra snacks is definitely not a good idea. The only thing you're doing is ingesting more unnecessary calories that won't be burned overnight. You'll also be creating extra energy that will keep you awake. Plus, it won't be used properly by your body. This is a surefire way to pile on the pounds. Skipping dinner. In addition, it's important to remember that skipping dinner isn't a solution, either. In fact, skipping this important meal will only get in the way of your weight loss, as it slows down your metabolism. When you get to your next meal, you feel more hungry. What's more, skipping dinner can increase your feelings of anxiety, and make you lose muscle and gain fat. Drinking alcohol or caffeine. In addition, it's best to avoid both alcohol and caffeine at close to bedtime, since they will both negatively affect your sleep. What's more, they are both high in calories. Because of this, both are sure to disturb your sleep pattern and cause you to gain weight. Instead, go for a cup of warm milk or a glass of water. This is a much wiser option. Using your mobile phone and computer. The blue light and radio waves emitted by your cell phone and computer screens alter your sleep patterns. Ultimately, they can make it more difficult to maintain a healthy weight. It's best to disconnect from these two addictive devices at least an hour before you go to bed. Instead, reading a book or listening to relaxing music are much better options. Going to bed very late. The last thing to consider is that simply going to bed late after 1 a.m., for example, can make you gain weight. This is because you have to fight against your body's natural system to maintain this sleep pattern. You'll end up wanting to eat again very early the next morning, since you spent longer awake burning calories from dinner the night before. In the end, this will mean that you're probably taking on more calories than you need. That, of course, could mean piling on the pounds. You've probably already guessed the easiest way to avoid this: get to bed earlier and dressed.